You guys, I am super bummed out right now. For one, I'm having an allergy attack. But with extremely bad allergies, I was basically up all night with Adriana. She, like, I can't even begin to explain how terrible this is, you guys. Never honestly would have thought that she would ever get this. So clean when it comes to like wiping her hands off and like just keeping her super clean. She has a bath every day. I just don't wash her hair every day. So I never thought that she would end up getting this, but we do go to mommy and me classes, and we go to a thing called co-op, which I'm sure a lot of you guys might know what co-op is. It's where other kids kind of get together, and it's where you can meet other moms and like the kiddos can meet other kids, and it's really fun. But Adriana yesterday was acting pretty fussy. Like, she's not really that much of a fussy baby unless she's going through a teething thing or she's like has a cold or, you know, allergies or whatever, but she's really not a fussy baby. So yesterday was like really unusual, and she felt super hot for some reason, and I couldn't figure out why she was so hot. And I'm like, okay, maybe it is teething, even though I can't see a tooth coming in. Couldn't see a tooth, I couldn't feel a tooth. So I was just like, maybe it's just like a tooth that's like gonna come soon. I have no idea. But she was super hot, and me and my friend went to Chevy's, and Adriana was like way more fussier than usual. I even like put the show on at Chevy's, which I don't like doing and I really try to avoid, but I did because she was being super fussy there, and she was still not having it. So I'm like, this is not like her. Like, something is up. My mom instinct, I was like, this is not right. So I kept feeling her, and I'm like, she's really warm. Like, I need to take her temperature. And I came home and I took her temperature, and she had a fever. So I'm like, oh my God, I knew she was hot. Like, thank goodness I didn't wait too long. I gave her medicine, and I put her to bed shortly after I gave her a bath. And she slept okay for the first couple hours. And then from that point on, from like 1:30 in the morning on, it was just no sleep for me or her. She had a persistent fever throughout the night of 102, and I'm just like, oh my God, like, I've never with teething had an issue of like fever being so persistent. I'm sitting there thinking, like, this doesn't seem like it's a teething issue, because she's never had a persistent fever like this with teething. And so this morning she's even worse. Her temperature is starting to spike. She's extremely fussy. She won't drink or eat anything. Like, it's almost like when she swallows, it's a lot of pain, and she starts crying every time she swallows. So I'm like, what in the world is going on? So I contact the people at the co-op, I know them, and I'm in the moms group, and they said that hand, foot, mouth has been going on, and some of their kids have it, and that you have the virus for like 5 days previous before you show any symptoms of having it. So she basically picked it up from when we went to the co-op thing or the mommy and me class on Monday, and it's just now showing. So never in my world would have thought that she would get something like this. I mean, a lot of kids get it, but I just was, you just don't think it. You're like, oh, she'll be fine. Pretty sure that's what it is. Like, I'm 99.9% positive that that's what it is, which it really sucks, especially for babies her age. She's just not dealing with it very well at all, and I don't blame her. So that is what's going on with today. It's not fun. We had so many things planned today, and there's just no way that I can take her. We were gonna go to the zoo, and we were gonna go out with my friend to lunch and run some errands. I don't even think we're gonna do any of that today, because she's just like she's not okay. And then I would just be spreading whatever she has. This is how she's kind of been all morning. I know, sweetie. I'm sorry. Swallows, it's a cry. It's okay, it's okay. On YouTube and their commercials really make her angry, because the show kind of keeps her distracted from the pain. Look at your show. I know TV is bad, you guys, but it really comes in handy when baby is not feeling good. She's feeling pretty warm again, so I'm just having to take her temperature. That is my day. I'm gonna go in here so I don't get copyrighted for little baby bums, 3 little kittens. I'm going to drink my coffee and just kind of fold laundry. I got some laundry over here. Comfort her, and hopefully this passes soon, you guys. Let me know if any of your guys' kids have had this before, what you guys did, like any remedies, anything that I could do to help online. It doesn't really say anything besides I've been giving her the infant Tylenol, which worked a lot better than the infant Motrin. So this worked really well for the pain, and the Tylenol worked really well for the fever. And I don't really, I mean, yes, it sucks that she's in pain, but the fever is what scares me, so I'm just gonna stick with the Tylenol for now. Sweet girl. I know. So luckily she is eating right now. I'm feeding her some pears and kale. Yummy! She's still pretty fussy, but she's eating slowly but surely. As you can hear her kind of yelling, and it's because of the throat. I did end up looking in her mouth, and she has a couple of those things on her tongue. And on the back of her throat. So when she was eating, I was able to see it. You don't want the ice thing? She's drinking slowly but surely, and she's eating a little bit, which is really good. It's kind of bothering her to swallow the food, but she's still getting it down, and she's still asking for more. So I know she's hungry. I know she wants baby food. I'm feeding her the pears and kale right now. Oh. So she's doing better than she was last night. The doctor said that after the fever day, usually the blisters come, or like the sores. That's why they call it hand, foot, mouth, because that's where they usually tend to be. Oh goodness, babe. Okay, okay. And she's playing in her roundabout and at least walking around and sort of being herself. She's still running around. I have all of her ice things on the ground. If she didn't have this, my friends that I was supposed to go to the zoo with today, one of my friends got food poisoning from something that she ate at Chevy's yesterday. I don't know what's going on. We're like all not having like the best of luck. Maybe it just wasn't meant for us to go to the zoo. But that's kind of how I think about things. Just it wasn't meant to be. Something's not going good over there, so God is avoiding us going. Trying our best to feel better. I'm just trying my best. Adriana is now down for a nap. I could tell that she was just really tired, especially since she didn't have any sleep last night. So she fell asleep extremely fast. Got my pumpkin spice latte. 11:30. She usually naps at like 10:30, and I kind of napped her a little late just because I was worried because she does have another fever. I did call the advice nurse. They gave me some insight that actually made me feel a ton better about fevers. The nurse said that it actually is good and that parents do get scared by the fevers, but it's not like a terrible thing for them to have it unless it's like 104 or above for their age, or if they're 12 weeks or younger. So they really recommended not to give her anything like Tylenol, Motrin wise, unless it was like 102 or higher. And then other than that, they really don't need like any Tylenol or anything unless they're completely in pain and uncomfortable and like waking up out of like a dead sleep screaming and like pain. Because doctors and nurses usually want to try to avoid, well, the ones that I've talked to want to try to avoid like using medicine and all of that, like too much for babies and kids. So I haven't given her anything medicine wise besides Tylenol at like 1:30 in the morning. And then I gave her Motrin last night before I put her to bed around like 8 p.m. So I don't know, guys, I'm just really worried. When it's, no, everybody says like this is not a serious thing, but it's just like her body is just not dealing with it well, which is weird because she's had like the stomach flu before and everything, and like her body dealt with it pretty good, and like she's been sick also and like had colds and different things, and she's had fevers before, but like this is like really not doing her good. Just not, it's not fun to watch. So, and it's also sad because she's like trying to do things that she's used to doing, and she's like kind of struggling, and her like equilibrium is off, and she's a little bit like clumsy. So I hope she gets a good nap. Somebody woke up from their nap. That's Mama. I think I woke her up because I took her temperature and it kind of woke her. I was trying to be like super still, but she somehow woke up. I did the head thermometer and then she opened her eyes. Oh, I'm sorry if I woke you, babe. You did sleep for a good amount of time. She probably could have slept a little bit longer, but I was just having some mom anxiety and I needed to check her temperature because I hadn't checked it since she had been asleep, and she did feel warm, so I wanted to sleep a little bit more. Yeah, I know, babe. I know. I'm sure I'll put her down. It's like 1:30 now, and I think I'll probably put her down for another nap around like 4 and not have so much mom anxiety and hopefully like just let her sleep. It's just she felt super hot, so I needed to like leave a window open or something. This is her toy that was actually on the floor, and I forgot that it came with legs, so the blue legs were just easy to snap on. And now that she's standing, I can snap the legs on, and it's not just a floor toy, but she could stand and use it. So I'm glad that I remembered that. So she's actually doing well. She's standing on it, trying to be herself. She's a little off. She's kind of clumsy still, but she's chewing on her new teething toy that I got her, which is actually one of the best ones. And I think she's coming over here because she hears me talk. She hears me talking. I have pillows around the entire house because that's my little way of baby proofing. It's the easiest way. I just got out of the shower and I'm giving Adriana a bath. Hi, sweetie. Look at that sicky face. Well, she has been doing pretty good fever-wise, but as of the pain, not so good. She's still been really, really fussy and crying when she swallows, and she still doesn't feel good at all. So there's not really any change on how she feels, but the bath, the bath is seeming to help really well. And I could tell that she wanted to take a bath because she was crawling towards the bathroom. And as soon as I turned on the bath water, she got really excited. So she loves baths and it relaxes her. So I should have done this a lot earlier, but I did end up caving and I gave her some medicine, some Motrin for the pain right now. I gave it to her at 4:30 because she was pretty persistent on the pain for the entire day since I started vlogging this morning. Fever, which is great because I don't want that. So let's just hope the pain goes away by tomorrow. And a little update on last night. So around 9, I tried to give Adriana some more medicine to kind of spread it out between the 6-hour mark with the Motrin. And come to find out, you can actually give babies Tylenol and Motrin 3 hours apart. So Tylenol first, and then 3 hours later Motrin, and then 3 hours later Tylenol, and 3 hours Motrin. So you could switch it like that because they're different. They work in different ways. One goes through the liver and one goes through the kidneys, which I will get into that later because that is what the doctor told me, because we ended up going to the emergency room. Adriana was screaming, excruciating pain, screaming her head off and crying for 2 hours straight. I had no idea what to do. I had given her the over-the-counter Motrin that I have. I had given her the Tylenol throughout the day. She was fine from the last update that I gave you guys, and it started up again at the nighttime. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. So she wouldn't sleep, obviously. She really didn't even want to be held that much. And then when I would put her down, she would still cry. Just everything that I did and everything that she was doing, she was not having it. She was obviously uncomfortable because she wouldn't drink her bottles. I tried to offer her food. She wouldn't have the food. It was honestly a wreck. She didn't even want the show. So that pretty much goes to show right there that it was pretty bad. Not even the show, even though it was distracting her most of the day, not even the show at that point was distracting her. So that was pretty sad, and it sucked really bad. I didn't know what to do, so I ended up just taking her to the emergency room because I wanted to make sure that it was hand, foot, mouth. Even though I had heard about other kids having it at the mommy and me thing, I just wanted to be absolutely sure. Now she's in the bath just because we were in the emergency room until like 1:30 in the morning. Sweetie. Hi. You seem like you're better in the bath, huh? I know, babe. She did not want the doctor or anybody to be touching her, especially since she was like super tired. It was like she was beyond tired and she was in pain, so it was just a wreck. I'm actually gonna get her out of the bath, so I will continue this in 1 second. Guys, so something that I found out about the over-the-counter medicine versus the stuff that they give you in the emergency room. Because I was waiting there and I'm like, if you guys are just gonna give me Tylenol, like, I have that at home. Like, I can just go home because she's just not having it here. And if you guys already confirmed that it's pretty much hand, foot, mouth, then I might as well just go home and give her my own Tylenol. Like, I don't need to get it here for free for my insurance. Like, it's not that serious. She's being crazy and doesn't feel well. I need to get her to try to sleep and get this medicine in her. And they said no, like it's our pharmaceutical version of Tylenol. And I was just a little confused by that at first. Then the nurse, he explained it to me, and I will forever like want the pharmaceutical versus the over-the-counter. He explained that the over-the-counter is underdosed because of giving their child too much. So the doses that they tell you to give your child for basically their age group is not correct. They actually go by weight. So when they give her the Tylenol at the emergency room, they gave her a lot. And I'm like, holy crap, like that's a lot of stuff. Like the whole syringe was completely filled. And I'm like, that is way more than I've ever given her. And they're like, this is exactly what she needs for her weight. And I'm just like, okay. So this whole time I've been having to give her medicine, I've been giving her an underdose, which is probably why it's not working. Then he went on to say that the over-the-counter stuff is not as strong because it's mostly water. So they mostly cover all of the stuff that's supposed to help with the pain with water just to make it more, and that's how they make their money. So it mainly has water in it. So we're basically buying this stuff that doesn't really have all of the things that we need to kill the pain in moments of need. And so the stuff that they gave me, which is the pharmaceutical Motrin and Tylenol, doesn't have water. It has all of the meds in it that you need, and it's much stronger versus the over-the-counter stuff that you buy, which is mainly water and doesn't have all of the ingredients in it that the pharmaceutical stuff does. So I learned something new yesterday because I did not know that. And I was kind of glad to find that out because I was wondering why the medicine really wasn't working that well, and it really wasn't working for that long, and that is exactly why. Hopefully it'll be better nights for us and this will pass because this really sucks and it's still here, it's still terrible. And she doesn't even have the blisters yet, so I guess that's supposed to come next. And I'm just sitting here waiting for like the next thing because it's already been like a couple of days and she still has it. So hopefully this extra strength stuff just gets us past this and we beat it and we never get it again. But I'm going to end the vlog here, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload new videos. Follow me on all my social media. I will leave it linked down below in the description bar. I hope you guys are having a great weekend, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.